Hey guys, it is Arika Misha, and today we're meal prepping for our Super Bowl Sunday. Oh yeah, but you know what? Actually, this is just a meal prep video. I'm just meal prepping for the Super Bowl. Yeah, so anyway, what I will be meal prepping today, I'll be meal prepping some chicken wings that you guys can see, my chicken wings over here. And I also have some spare ribs over here. I'll bring them over when I'm ready to season them. So today we'll be meal prepping chicken wings for Super Bowl Sunday and some ribs, some spare ribs. All right, yeah, those are the St. Louis spare ribs. All right, let's get into it. If you guys have seen my meal prep videos before, you guys know how I usually do things. This is my big meal prep bowl. I use this for all my meal prepping with my meats. You know how you have specific things for specific things in the kitchen, specific pots? Y'all know what I mean. If you know, you know. Anyway, let's get into this because I don't want to make it a long video. Meal prepping to me is always quick and easy. Quick and easy, and I like to have my meat marinating for at least a day or two at the most. I'm not gonna have raw meat in the refrigerator, no matter how cold it is, for more than 2 days. So, all right, and today, this will be a 2-day in the refrigerator marinating for 2 days. So let's get into it because game day is Sunday. All right, let's get into it. I've got some Simply Organic onion powder. Just gonna throw a little bit of that in the bottom of my pan here. I've got some turmeric, also by Simply Organic turmeric. Yep, we're throwing turmeric in there. Turmeric is good for you. All right, we got some Old Bay. Y'all know what I say about that Old Bay? He an Old Bay child. Don't nobody want him. That's why he an Old Bay. All right, so we got some Old Bay down in there. Throw some of that Old Bay. We have the Yellowstone Ranchers all-purpose seasoning, like an all-purpose seasoning. We're going to shift a little bit of that in there. Now, one thing about me, I do not over-season. I'm not one of those that over-season my meat. I believe in seasoning the meat just good enough to make it good and delicious. Not making high blood pressure over here, because we ain't got time for that. All right, and I got some regular parsley. You know, parsley ain't for flavor. Parsley's just, you know, for the greenery, to make it look like you. Make it look like you know what you're doing. All right, throw some parsley in there. I've got some Badia pink Himalayan salt. Throw a little bit of that in the bottom. I've got some ground black pepper. And throw some of that in the bottom. All right, and the last thing I have is the Lawry's garlic salt. I'll throw some of that in there. Okay, hold on one second. I forgot my oil. Girl, can't be forgetting the oil. All right, so I've got my oil. I'm gonna be using just regular Wesson canola oil. You guys will see what that is for. All right, and as you guys can see over here, I've got my chicken wings. Let me show y'all the chicken wings real quick. This is a 2-pack of Publix family chicken wings. 2-pack, all nicely cleaned up and dried off. It is a 2-pack of Publix family chicken wings. All right, and my chicken wings, it depends on what kind of mood I'm in. Sometimes I'll separate the drum from the wing, but today we're not doing that. Most of the time I don't. I just like leaving my chicken wings just like that. That's just me. That's old school. I don't separate the wing from the drum. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's get our chicken in here. Throw our wings in here. All right. Put those chicken wings in here. And this is how I meal prep my chicken wings. No matter how I'm gonna cook them, bake them, fry them, however I'm gonna cook them, I meal prep them all the same way. All right, so that's all our chicken wings. Move this out of our way. All right, and I've got my oil. Just gonna pour. Let me see. I'm just gonna pour some in here for measurement purposes. I mean, just depends on how much chicken you got. Me, I'm just gonna drizzle some around just like that. Simple, easy. That's it. So I've done that. Let me get my hands clean real quick. Wash your hands. Remember to always keep your hands clean, especially when you're in the kitchen cooking. I must wash my hands a million times. All right, so we've got our oil in there. We've got seasons at the bottom. We're gonna do the same season across the top. The same season across the top. For measurement purposes, you know, some people like measurements. I would say for each seasoning, I do about 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons, because it's a lot of different seasonings that I'm using. All right, got the pepper, parsley in there. Okay, we're going back with that Lawry's garlic salt. And remember, this is going to be marinating for 2 days, so this is going to give our seasons time to just soak in to our meat. Turmeric, our all-purpose seasoning. Remember, we've got a lot of chicken wings, but I'm still not overdoing it. Our Simply Organic onion powder. That in there. Simply Organic paprika. Did I tell you guys that? The Simply Organic paprika. Hopefully I did. I don't know if I remember putting that at the bottom. I think I might have forgot the paprika at the bottom, but whatever. We've got it up top, and I'll just do a little extra because I might have forgotten to put it in the bottom. All right, our Old Bay. I like using the Old Bay on my chicken. Some people just use it for seafood, but Old Bay is a seasoning. You can use it for whatever. Any type of meat, you can. It's a regular season. You can use it for anything. Any type of meat, you know. All right, and the last thing is our pink Badia pink Himalayan salt. Don't want to do too much. Don't do too much. I don't want to do too much. All right, so you guys know what's in our bowl, and all I do, as you guys will see, is I just take my hands. Oh yeah, that's old school. Take your hands, and I just start to mix it up. Remember, we've got seasons at the bottom, so our chicken is gonna get covered and seasoned real good. We've got the oil. We use the oil. The oil helps the season stick to your chicken. It's like a glue. It helps the oil helps the season stick to your meat. And I just take my time. I just take my time and just toss my chicken around. Make sure I'm picking the chicken up from the bottom. One side at a time. I just kind of come over here, mix up, and then I just kind of go over here to the other side and mix the season all over my chicken. You know, just kind of spin my bowl around. I'm telling you, there's nothing like a big bowl for your seasoning. You know, you can just put your meat in there and just go to town and everything gets all seasoned and coated. You know, that big bowl helps you do that. I mean, that's old school. That's how my mom did it. She always had this big bowl for her for seasoning her meats. So that's what I did too. It was a good idea. I love having this big bowl. If you guys have seen my meal prep videos, you're gonna see this bowl. Nice big bowl. So everything gets all mixed real good. Now sometimes I do, if you've seen my meal preps, sometimes I do use mustard for my chicken wings, but today I'm not. I'm not doing the mustard this time. Not doing the mustard. Not today. All right. This takes a minute because you want to make sure, you know, everybody's all nicely coated with the seasoning. So it takes a minute. It's a lot of chicken wings. So you just take your time. I just take my time and just mix it all up. Make sure everybody's all coated. Make sure I'm getting the wings from the bottom. Just take your time and mix it all up. Mix it up. Smells so good with all those seasonings. Yeah, I don't like over seasoning and having my meat so salty and so nah. I don't get me wrong now, my meat gonna be flavored. Oh, it's gonna taste good. But I don't over season. I don't need the high blood pressure. and nor do I want my kids with it. So you gotta remember, when we cook, we're not just cooking for ourselves, we are cooking for our families. So we have to think about that too, you know. All right, look, everybody looks good. I just kind of look over everybody and make sure all my seasons are scraped up from the bottom. It's looking good. Everybody looks all nicely seasoned. Oh yeah, everybody is good. Look at that. That looks delicious. I'm gonna pick the bowl up for y'all and give y'all a nice close-up. Look at that. Everything's all nice and seasoned. Ugh, this bowl's heavy. All right, okay, let me wash my hands real quick, and then I'll show you guys how I pack my chicken up. You know how I'm gonna have it all packed in the refrigerator. Okay, nice wash right there. Okay. All right, where's my bowl for my chicken? Okay, get my hands all cleaned up. All right, move that oil out of my way. All right, and of course I have a big container, my big Tupperware. Is where I'm gonna store all of my chicken. Trust me, it's gonna fit. This is bigger than it looks on camera. It's a really big bowl, really huge Tupperware. All right, and I just go ahead and I just, you guys can see, let me make sure you can see, yep. And I just put my chicken wings down in the bowl like that. I just make a layer. That's all I do. Get them down in there real good, pack them in. That way they're sitting on top of each other and marinating. Oh yeah. Smells so good. Just get your wings packed in there. Imagine, these are gonna be in the refrigerator for 2 days. For 2 days. So they're gonna be soaking in all that goodness, all that turmeric, all that onion, garlic powder, ground pepper, all-purpose seasoning, Old Bay, paprika, parsley. It's gonna be soaking all of that into my meat. I'm telling you, meal prepping your meat is so important, and letting it marinate just, you know, gives you that extra flavor when your meat is soaking in all of the seasons. You know, and it doesn't take much. You guys see, I did this. I usually do this in like 5 minutes. It don't take long to do this. So that is our last one. Let me wash my hands again, y'all. Oh. I'm telling you, I'm washing my hands at least 500 times in the kitchen. Gotta keep your hands clean. All right, and look at that. Look at that goodness. Gonna be sitting in the refrigerator, and that back right corner, that is where my refrigerator is the coldest. I'm telling you, every refrigerator has that really freezing cold spot. Mine's is that back right corner. So all right, that's it, y'all. Quick and easy for our wings for game day, Super Bowl day. We got those all prepped and ready. You guys will have to come back because I will be recording what I cooked for Super Bowl. I will be making that video so you guys can see my chicken wings. Not telling y'all everything, at least y'all know I'm gonna have chicken wings, so you'll see how I cook those. Let me move the chicken wings out of the way. All right, so let's move on to our ribs. This is 2 slabs of St. Louis spare ribs. I just cut the 2 racks in half to make 4. Duh, 2 plus 2 is 4, y'all. Anyway, let me rinse this bowl out. Give me a second. I'm gonna rinse this bowl out real quick. And this is the bowl that I will be storing my ribs in. Okay. All right, move that out the way. I will show you guys my how I meal prep my spare ribs, the seasonings that I use, all that good stuff. All that good stuff. Okay. Just rinse this bowl out real quick. Okay. All right, let's move on to our ribs. Okay. Let me get a napkin and get that water out of the bottom of my bowl. Okay. All right, moving on to our ribs. Meal prepping for the Super Bowl, guys. Meal prepping. I'm always meal prepping, so. All right, so let me make sure I got all my seasonings where I need them to be. Okay. All right, so moving on to our spare ribs. Kind of doing the same thing, repeating. Throwing a little salt. Now with my spare ribs, you'll see I don't do a lot of seasoning because you got to remember, we're going to put barbecue sauce on the ribs. And the barbecue sauce has its own, you know, spices and flavors. So I don't do too much when I season my ribs. I don't do too much. Okay, so we got a little bit of salt down in there, that pink salt. I'm doing a little bit of Old Bay. Just doing a little bit of the Old Bay. Doing a little bit of that onion powder. A little bit of paprika. Doing a little bit of turmeric. Pretty much like the same thing I use for the chicken. The Yellowstone all-purpose seasoning. My ground black pepper. Okay. Parsley. Just showing y'all the quick way. Just throw all my seasonings. Now, for my ribs, hold on, let me put the garlic salt down in there just a little bit for my ribs. Of course, you know I'm going to be using a rib seasoning. This is Meat Mitch Meltdown Dry Glaze Bourbon Cowboy. Bourbon, it's just like a flavoring. You can use it for all kinds of things. You know. I'm just going to throw a little bit in there. That's a bourbon flavor. You know, to kind of give us that bourbon flavor in our ribs. Alright, and this is the Meat Mitch Steer Seasoning. Excuse me, guys. And this is like a rib seasoning. Sprinkle a little bit of that in there. Now, also, my secret recipe, I do not mind sharing. I do not gatekeep. Some things I do. Bless me. Ooh, it's all those seasonings. Alright, I have the Wishbone Balsamic Vinaigrette. Any brand you want. Don't have to be Wishbones, but it's the balsamic vinaigrette. This is my secret recipe to my ribs. Secret recipe. This gives them flavor, helps them be juicy, all that good stuff. I'm telling you, it's good. Try it. No, it's not going to taste like vinegar, like you eating a salad or anything like that. No. This is just simply for flavoring, helps that meat get juicy and loosens that meat up. A vinegar, hello, vinaigrette. So yeah, that's my secret recipe. Sharing that with you guys. I'm pouring that down in the bottom. Pouring a good amount down there now. Okay, so. Alright, so that's our little concoction at the bottom. Now, let's get our ribs in. Now, just so you guys know, I'm putting the ribs bone side down first. Bone side down. So that means my meaty part is up, as you can see. Alright, now, get my hand cleaned off real quick because I got to get the oil. I got to get the oil, just a little oil. Now, remember, our vinaigrette is already an oil. It's already oily. So I'm just putting a little drop, like 1 tablespoon. Because remember what I said, the vinaigrette is already an oil. It's already an oil. Duh, it's oily. We know that. So I don't need a lot of this. But I do put 1 tablespoon. I always put that in there. Alright, so I've got that in there. My meat side down. Okay. Alright. Now, at the top of my meat, I'm putting a little bit more vinaigrette. Just throwing it across the top like that. Just, you know, throwing a little thin layer across the top. Alright, let me move this out of our way. Put that in the seed. Okay. Don't forget, we've got all those seasons down at the bottom, so we don't need to season the top of this. We've got all those seasons at the bottom. Now, this is what I do. I just take my hand and I just massage my meat with that vinaigrette. Both sides of my meat with that vinaigrette, just like that, both sides. Just kind of give it a nice massage. We still got those seasons at the bottom, don't forget. We still got those seasons at the bottom. We're gonna bring them up in a minute. Let's just get our vinaigrette done first. All right, so now down at the bottom, see all those seasons? I just kind of rotate my meat. Just kind of rotate my meat in there. See how I do it? Just kind of toss it around. Flip it around. I turn it again. Make sure everybody's getting coated at the bottom down there. I just kind of rotate my meat around like this so that it's scraping up all those seasons from the bottom. Just rub it in, give it a nice massage. Yes. Just massage my meat. You know, just give it a nice massage like that. Switch over here, make sure both sides getting a nice massage. Making sure, you know, getting all rubbed in. Yeah. All right. All rubbed in, guys. Now, I got my bowl. I'm gonna put it meat side down. Meat side down. Putting it in my bowl over here, guys. Meat side down. Get that last one in there. Meat side down. You guys will see why I say that. Meat side down. And I just take my sauce, the rest of my sauce in my bowl, and I just scrape it down in there. That's all those seasonings. Oh yeah. And I just kind of rub it across the top. And it just soaks down in there, guys. Soaks down in there. And that's it. That's all. Let me wash my hands real quick. Okay, guys. That's it for my meal prep video. That's it. Quick and easy, guys. Game day meal prep. Yeah, we are a sports family in this family. I play sports. My oldest daughter plays sports. So, you know, we are really into sports around here. Super Bowl, hello, national holiday. But, yeah, so that's it, guys. Let me show you guys real quick. Those ribs up close. They're going to be delicious. All right, guys, make sure you come back and see what I cooked on Super Bowl. Thanks, guys, for watching. Bye.